Okay, let's check out this video. Travel Dreamer, British Airways Premium Economy Review. Let's go.
In this video, we're going to be checking out British Airways in their premium economy cabin. As ever, we're going to
That's nice. That's nice.
check out the seats, the food, the entertainment, and an awful lot more. So without further ado, you'll join me on an absolutely gorgeous night at London Heathrow, and it's time to get on our way.
Heathrow Airport. Yeah,
Very good evening and welcome to an absolutely gloriously quiet Heathrow's Terminal 3. About 3 hours or so ahead of the flight, so a good time for me to jump on and check in. I'm not quite sure what provision they've got for premium economy check-in, so we'll have a little walk up and down and find exactly where to get checked in. Come on, let's do it together. Now, truth be told, on an evening as gloriously quiet as this one, I certainly didn't need the premium check-in zone.
Gloriously quiet.
To be honest, when it is this quiet, I just head to the first area that you see and get yourself checked in. That all being said, it's not always as gloriously quiet as this in Heathrow's Terminal 5, and they do have a dedicated World Traveller Plus check-in zone. This is on the left-hand side as you access into the building, and this is an area that during more normal times I definitely head over to. As already mentioned, that evening we were departing out of Heathrow's Terminal 5, which is of course the global home of British Airways. Now, as you'd expect from a terminal so large, there's a real myriad of different restaurants, bars and shops to keep yourself fully entertained with. Now, sadly when it comes to premium economy, lounge access isn't included as part of the ticket. It will indeed get you a little bit closer to those higher levels of status, being a more premium cabin. I'm really fortunate to benefit from that, so that evening headed off for a quick shower in the newly refurbished areas. But as part of this review, we won't spend any more time in the lounge. As I say, it's not included, so we'll jump on down to the boarding gate. Alrighty, so nice chill time pre-departure, and a few drinks, as ever, really good fun. As for now, gonna head down out to Seagate. It's a little bit of a walk. I'm on the underground walkway here. A little bit of exercise before the flight. Should say though, however, if this is your first time tuning into the channel, do remember to hit the subscribe button and make sure to like the video if this sort of content is your thing. YouTube will help you stay fully up to date with it. For now, let's jump on board with British Airways.
Let's go.
Alrighty, so here's our ride for this evening. It's to be a British Airways Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner for a little trip over to Dubai together. Now, it is well worth saying that as part of the Dreamliner, many of them still have the slightly older British Airways premium economy products. As part of this review, as you'd fully expect, we're going to be contrasting the absolute latest one with the slightly older one, so in all, I'll be able to show you both. The cabin for me represents a really big jump up from the standard economy seating. Here on the Dreamliner, the seats are just 232 across. I would say whether you're travelling in a couple or solo, I definitely aim for one of those window seats sat on a twin next to the...
Yeah, I like either window seats or the aisle seat, never the middle seat.
The window works really very well. I would, however, caution the final row in the cabin. Why? Well, because it's missing the window. Look how horrendous that looks. So definitely
It's not
make
looking
sure
good.
you're avoiding.
And what is this? What is this? Yeah.
That. Otherwise though, I don't think there's particularly any bad seat into the cabin. They all have that same really nice amount of upgraded legroom from economy. Typically economy now is 31 to 32 inches of seat pitch. Premium economy is right up there at 38 inches. It really does make such a difference. The slightly wider seat is really nice as well. Waiting at the seat for passengers then was a small amenity kit, a headset for the entertainment system, which we'll check out a little bit later, and also a much nicer blanket and pillow. Getting settled into the seat in front of you, you had a larger
Nice blankets.
entertainment screen, certainly a little bit larger than economy, my hand there for reference, and also 2 USB charging sockets, so nice and generous on that front. I should say there was also a universal plug socket adapter that we'll check out in a moment as well. Down to your side was then the controls for the entertainment system and also the button for the seat recline. Notice there, no button a little bit further down for the calf rest. That's something that we'll get into when I contrast the newer seat design. One little aspect to be aware of, particularly in the aisle seats, however, was the entertainment box. This was something a fellow passenger pointed out, and particularly for those passengers in the aisle seats, you can see it's a little bit obstructive. For the window seat passenger, not quite so bad. So if you are travelling solo, just get one of those window seats. And here, as promised, is the brand new cabin. Now, this was aboard a Boeing 777, slightly wider aircraft, one extra seat across, but broadly speaking, the same amount of room. Where the newer seats do differ is they have the calf rest. You can see there at the bottom something just waiting to come up. For me personally, it makes sleeping an awful lot better. In terms of the cabin itself, no massive changes. It's still the same decor, look and feel. You've still got that footrest, but it does add a little area where you can store bottles, and being a slightly more advanced cabin, you've also then got a better entertainment screen. And finally, very quickly, before we head to the skies, one of the questions I so often get with premium economy reviews is what's the recline like and how is it going to impact me behind? A couple of shots here, really hope they're very useful for you. Very finally, the headrest on the Dreamliner, thankfully, is nice and adjustable, so you can adjust that to get nice and comfortable as you get into the seat. And without further ado, it's now time to enjoy a quick pre-departure beverage, and we'll then take to the skies.
He loves his beverages. He definitely loves his beverages. Okay, I'm not particularly impressed after watching the Emirates Premium Economy. I like the Emirates Premium Economy better.
Alrighty, so first things first, in terms of the in-flight experience, first came round to a freshen up towel. It's always nice to get freshened up as you take it to the air. Next up, we'll take a quick look also at that amenity kit. This was something.
Yeah, I love the amenity kit from the British Airways as opposed to the Emirates Airways. Even the blanket is pretty good. It's pretty good. So that's the difference in comparison there.
As you'll remember, was left on passenger seats as we boarded. There's not a huge amount going on here, but to be honest, for something in premium economy, I think it's pretty good. It has everything that you need, including that all-important toothbrush and also eye mask. So next up, let's talk bathrooms. Sadly, this is an area where BA really fall down in premium economy. Sadly, these are shared with the economy cabin, so standard economy fare on this front.
Oh, this is really economy like. It's not nice. The Emirates was better as compared to this one. The Emirates Premium Economy's bathroom was a lot closer in quality and presentation and design compared to the the business class of Emirates.
Very small, and of course always the risk of lots of queues, particularly before landing. Now, one area, thankfully, they do an awful lot better is on the food and beverage front in premium economy. Now, it was an evening departure that night, so we'll enjoy a full dinner service. There was then a small snack service before landing into Dubai. The flight duration was only around 6 or so hours, so you'll forgive me for doing the dinner and, of course, sleeping through the breakfast. Now, in terms of the table design, a little bit tricky to get out one-handed, but actually in reality, this works nicely. It's nice and stable, and it's a really good surface, be it for eating off or indeed working off of. Now, one aspect I do like with British Airways is you get a snack and also a drink before the meal. This gives me always the opportunity to indulge in a gin and tonic. When the meal then comes around, there's then an additional choice of drinks. That's something that I then usually go for the wines. Now, in terms of the snack, you could say a little bit economy-esque, as are indeed the plastic cups. This is an area where BA could do a little bit better. The slightly
True.
negative nature of the latest commentary, in sharp contrast there to the on-screen action. I do love starting the flights with those gin and tonics. As for the wines, there was a decent little selection. We'll try one of those together in just a moment. In terms of the meal, didn't really particularly like the foil over the main meal. This was a little bit odd and made things look a little bit cheap as it arrived, but I have to say, when it comes to the dining with British Airways Premium Economy, I'm always incredibly impressed. It's far more akin to what you may well get in the business class, at least for the first service, and that's something we'll address a little bit later. For now though, well, the wine, that was a surprise. It was really very good indeed, and that complemented what I had for the main course that evening, which was the beef cheek. Now, for those of you who fly regularly with British Airways business class, you'll be familiar with this dish. It's long been a British Airways favourite, but I have to say, in terms of food quality for a premium economy cabin, this is absolutely superb.
So as compared to the Emirates, the food is a lot better.
The highlight then,
tasting.
beyond the cheese and biscuits, on the dessert front was this little cheesecake special for comic
My
relief.
favourite.
So
Cheesecake.
overall, but that rounded up what was a really very strong meal service with British Airways. Alrighty, so next up, let's talk all things onboard entertainment. And to be upfront here, this is a little bit mixed. You can see, firstly, straight off the bat, with some of these older cabin interiors, the entertainment screens and their touchscreen function really is lacking. You'll go absolutely mad sometimes trying to use them. What I would recommend whenever you encounter something just like this is to use the handheld device. It often makes the experience an awful lot better. That all being said, this is indeed BA's High Life entertainment system, and it is packed full of some really good choices, both on the movie and also TV front. Beyond the seatback entertainment screens, I'm also pleased to be able to report that Wi-Fi was offered on board, and actually, if you're a member of the BA Executive Club, you get messaging completely free of charge throughout the duration of the journey. Beyond that, I also find the BA packages to be pretty good in general. I would say on this particular flight, it is rare for BA, but the Wi-Fi was horrendous. Sending messages was really tricky, but thankfully, as I say, that's a real rarity, and actually on the Wi-Fi front, they're generally really very good. The entertainment screen is then also paired with a really high quality pair of headphones, far more.
These headphones are definitely better than the Emirates ones. These you can even see with the look, design, much better as opposed to the Emirates.
Akin to what you might get in the business class. After a few hours of pretty decent rest, it was then time to make our final approach down into Dubai. Now, as I say, I skipped the final meal service. This is an area, unfortunately, where British Airways are really quite weak, and in some of my head-to-head premium economy comparisons, this is an area that I go a little bit deeper. I'll pop one of those videos in the bottom left just now. Also, if you are thinking of flying through the UK and using a premium economy cabin, I would check out my latest review of Virgin Atlantic in the top left just now. Otherwise, all that's left for me to say is to thank you so much for watching today's video. Really hope it was useful, and I'll see you in another one real soon.
Wow, nice video. Didn't know much about the British Airways and how they fly, and by the looks of things, they fly pretty good. I don't like, I agree with him in terms of presentation when it comes to food. Foil looking cheap, the plastic cups and what have you, as opposed to the Emirates where they use actual glass. I would like for them to change that, and also the sharing of economy toilets with, or bathroom, shall I say, with the premium class is not particularly inviting or nice. It's off-putting, really. So I would prefer that it gets separated, and also the upgrade in terms of the standard. It has to look a bit more modern, and also just a bit more expensive looking, as opposed to the economy. So, but otherwise, good video. I enjoyed it, and I'll be checking more of his things. And yeah, check me out. Subscribe, like, and share, and just tell me what I should get into more, or what I should react to more All right.